Hi, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching with the help of Academy Sports Coach 2025. I want to talk to you about a session that I've designed today for working on youth players with developing technical moves. So when I'm working with the youth players, a lot of times what I'll see is we'll practice a move, we'll do it, we'll train it, we'll talk about today's sessions based on pulling an L turn. In the drill, they look awesome, looks really great. They're pulling off with confidence. We go into the game, and there's no moves. There's no moves like by anyone. It's just like just run, dribble, try to dribble, run by a guy, not actually utilizing the moves. And I think a lot of what we see is they are not seeing the connection between doing this move, the actual game. There's a disconnect. So what we're trying to do in this session is build them up to the technical aspects of the drill, of the move, get them to understand the physical parts of it, create that muscle memory. Next, moving on to what will it look like when I use it against the player. How does it look like going against somebody else? How does it look like going against two other players? How does it go against pressure cover? Making it a little bit bigger and encouraging them to try it in different situations, and not situations that are sterile like a 1v1 or a 2v2, but in like game-like situations, and then eventually build it up to where we're playing the game and we were saying, hey, when this happens, I can pick this move out. This is the right move at the right time to pull to create this situation. So where I've started off here is I have players at each cone, excuse me, at each cone of the ball. And what I'm going to literally just do here, now you can choose to make this a little more mobile and change things up, so I'll go through all those different things, but essentially we have the player go up to the orange cone, pull the move in question, maybe it's an L turn, and then go back to the end of the line. All right, so that way you have, instead of one person doing the drill and you're watching, you have 4 people doing the drill at the same time. But if you stand, like, say, right here, all right, it's really easy to observe all 4 players. And if you kind of use your peripheral vision, you can pick out a lot of what's going on. Because I think sometimes when we're coaching, we like to have those laps and lines. We like to have things right in front of us because then it's like I can coach, I can see it happening. And there's too much going on, you can't pay attention to everything going on. You miss certain things. Well, here we have a central location, but instead of one person going, we have 4 people going at the same time. There's a lot less downtime between the drill, and they're getting that practice. Now we can move that from just run up to the cone and pull the move, to they can run up, pull the move, and then go to space. So you pull the move here, and then immediately pull away, and go to the end of the line over here, and vice versa. So we're working on different feet. Another addition is what you do here, instead of dribbling to this cone, you can have them pass the next cone. So just go bang, and then bang over here. Okay, so just for this visual for you guys, you have same field, right? You have all these cones. Here you are, dribble to this cone, we move on to the next thing. Well, we're not changing anything really. We're using less cones. So we cut the cones in half because we'll have a cone goal here. And we've taken away some of the restraints, or like I talk about, like taking away the training wheels. The harness is there in place for you. Now it's gone. Now can you operate in a more game-like situation? So from here we go 1v1, where we just have attacker versus defender. Defender passes to the attacker. They're each trying to dribble to the gate. So if the defender wins the ball, they then can go and try to win and counter and score on by dribbling through this gate. So some ways we can make this a little more specific to the move that we're trying to work on. So let's say we're working on L turns here. Maybe if you're able to successfully pull an L turn against the opposition player, that player has to do 5 jumping jacks. Nothing crazy, but just to get that competitiveness involved there. All right, you go up there. You're like, hey, I don't really feel confident pulling the L turn, but if I pull this L turn, you might have to do push-ups. It's a little more of an incentive for you to try out new things and not just try to run by him or something like that. So hey, that's the focus. If I can get points, if I can do this, and you'll see them pull the L turn more. And they'll make mistakes. They'll pull an L turn at the wrong time, and that's where the coaching can come in. Like, hey, I'm glad you pulled the L turn, but hey, what could we have done here a little differently? Or how could we put our body position in a better position to pull that L turn? How could we have changed things around? And have that kind of question-based discussion with them for them to start realizing, here's where I can use it, here's where I can't use it. Because we don't want them just pulling an L turn. You don't want your goalie running out, outside the 18, pulling an L turn, trying to beat a guy. Hey, that's not right, the situation. So we're really working on repetition here, but we're working on situations, but within the 1v1 scenario. because obviously when we're pulling a move in a game, it's with the 11-11 scenario. Even though you maybe go 1v1 against a player, it's in context of where you are on the field, where the opposition player is. So we're really kind of taking this and boiling it down to this 1v1 situation. Same thing, I would go 2v2 and add any stipulations. You can get fun with, like, if you get a meg, that both players have to do push-ups or whatever that may be. Then we go 2v2. So we're, again, not adding cones, we're adding players, we're adding realism, right? And this one's really directional. Now, we do kind of shift directionally here because we're working on possession. But here I would play, and essentially because this is for mostly your younger players. Now, like, you could modify it for older players for sure, but you have your younger players. We're going to play a game before we play our scrimmage. And I think this extends that period of, like, hey, when are we going to scrimmage? Are we going to play at the end? Are we going to play at the end? You're still able to teach here. I can't press the yellow. You're still able to teach here. They're not scrimmaging yet. You can teach the scrimmage, but it's not so full-sided. But they're getting a game. But the game is teaching them everything we've worked on. So I really enjoy Knockout for this reason, because it's not just about, hey, who's still got the ball at the end. If you could pull your move, you're going to keep the ball. So it's kind of this, like, natural consequences thing. So we have yellows here trying to get the ball out. I can start with nobody is in the middle. Nobody has everybody has a ball, and you're holding onto your ball, but also trying to knock out other balls. And then once somebody gets knocked out, kind of all hell breaks loose, and we start going at each other. And there's the one person that's singularly the knockout person. But we're trying to use the time. There's other things going on. There's other players involved. Where is he? Where's the other defenders? Is there someone behind me? So you're having to get more of a 360 view of the pitch here, trying not to get knocked out. But you're using the move. And then we can also add some stipulations here where, let's say if you pull your move successfully and beat one of the people that's trying to knock you out, you get an extra life. So next time you get knocked out, you use up one of those lives. Like, it's kind of like a free pass. So again, encouraging them to utilize the move that was the focus of the entire session. Then from here, I would go into my full-sided game. And what you're looking for is, are they utilizing that move? Are they utilizing any moves? Are they finding situations to use that move? And now, if they're not, here's where you can stop and teach. And we say, okay, well, you were stuck here. You lost the ball. What's something we could have done here? Oh, we want to use an L turn, right? Yeah, that's what we were talking about all day. Of course, it's what we're going to go for. All right, well, but show me. Don't just tell me what I want to hear. I want to hear you say L turn. Show me where your body would be. Show me how you'd pull the L turn, where the opposition would go. So kind of like, you can, I'll be him. You want me to go here? So you can go here. Okay, perfect. So see that creates space. Let's look, if we pull this successfully, what would the field look like? And walk them through those singular moments so they have a better understanding of, oh, when I do this, this then will happen. So I'd love to hear in the comment section some of the things you guys do to create this cement these ideas. I think, again, it's a consistent issue of teach, don't see it in the games. Teach, don't see it in the games. So what do you guys do to cement those concepts? How do you make them more realistic in game, to help the transfer from practice to games with your players? So once again, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching with the help of Academy Sports Coach 2025. I hope this session finds you well.